Welcome on to the shit show. Thunder Drummer here. Okay. I am going to start off by giving a little bit of a. He rescued this girl from poverty, and that was almost about to turn into a zombie herself. Um, he told him about a base that was in need of help. Um, and she said she would be his loyal companion in all things, body and soul, which he kind of is like, you don't need to take it that far. I'll just kind of help. He defeated a big horde of zombies using some of his undead ability or his necromancer abilities too. Um, and I believe that's where we left off. Okay. Little telltale sign of who the white necromancer is and what the fuck that happened to my world. He was a summoned hero to another world. He fulfilled his duties, got betrayed, and the goddess for his service sent him back home. Well, when he came home to a zombie apocalypse. And low key, you don't know this yet, but and it was kind of the goddess's fault for taking him over there because things would have played out differently. And yes, a zombie attack would have happened, but they wouldn't have been able to conquer the world. And now a good bit of civilization has crumbled to the ground, and the population has dropped significantly. There's still other supernaturals out there, like werewolves, underground wizard communities that are trying to help fight off some of the demon hordes and the zombies and all whatnot. Which we haven't really faced any demons yet, but that may come, may not. No. And there's a fly of other. There's elves. There's all of the community. So even the fae and the yokai. The yokai being the spirit, more spirit, all have been dramatically affected by all this. And our guy is using magic all willy nilly. He still has his powers as a hero as well. And one major thing I want to break home, this guy ain't like a normal necromancer. He ain't nothing like Sarzak. He uses his abilities closer to what a cleric or a healer would, but he sees beyond the veil. But he only accepts willing spirits. Most of his actual skeletons and his zombies, which are basically skeletons that the bones or the meat hasn't fallen off yet, are all artificial, which was not easy for him to make at all. And shit has just gone sideways with him. So here we go. Um, there was this person in the background about to come back to the base when and hid in a nearby. Saw this guy raise this random guy defending the base, cutting these demons and whatnot down. And then all of a sudden, he saw this guy do something super taboo. He saw him raise the dead to fight. And then he saw him plant them into the ground. After the battle, a whole bunch of people came out and congratulated him, stuff, and he came running out saying, "You monster, you're just like them. You're a you're a dead raiser. You raised the dead. How is that zombie horde could have been just you making make believe?" Until he felt a punch to his face. As soon as he got close enough to really make any sort of noise, he looks up to see his sister defending this man. I can very much vouch for the man who saved my life. You, on you, the other hand, left me to freaking die. How are you still alive? You are bitten. Which caused, oh, you mean this? Bro, no scar, no nothing. He saved my life. Are you an undead? No, she is not undead. But he does speak truth to a degree. I am a white necromancer. The biggest difference between me and whoever started this plague, well, for one, it's mostly a plague. Two, doesn't have my abilities or mental control. And three, anyone that I bring back is usually more robotic, more like a robot than anything. I can bring people back from the dead using their spirit, but I am not allowed to do it against their own will. And they have their own will once they get raised. I'm not this kind of an asshole who would do this shit. And yes, I do know who did this, or at least somewhat. Elder, he looks over. You the elder of this village, or what's the pecking order here? Because I need to speak to them. We have a council of the first one. Yes, I know it's kind of apocalyptic, but you know, millennials. He laughed. Yeah, yeah, that sounds like something one of us millennials would say. He starts laughing. He's like, all doom and gloom. Well, to be fair, looks around. It is kind of doom and gloom, though. They all laugh. True, true. But anyway, so shenanigans? What type of shenanigans is going on here? But anyway, never mind that. Can you please? I need to talk to the council of whatever because I need information and I need to let you guys on some stuff that I did to protect this. Protect her town. And he looks over at her. Even though you are on this stupid kick about serving me in all body and soul, still kind of stupid, but he huffed. But go have fun, talk to your family, stuff. I will be right back. And he looks back at her one more time. And keep in mind, you have free will. You have the choice. I am not nobody's master. Well, unless I actually teach magic, and never mind on that. I am nobody's master. But then hold on, he went and like exam uses I expect like he possible talents. He, I may need to speak to you a little bit after I get done with the council. Well, I doubt you're gonna leave me alone, but hey, okay. See you here in a minute. Her brain can. You know, you just went through like 5 different things in like 5 seconds. Yeah, it happens. See you here in a bit. Just know that you're not no slave. You're not magically bound to my will or any of that bullshit. I don't even like putting boundaries on that to the people I do raise. He ends up looking around. It looks like a bunch of networking tunnels, like for electricians and stuff for a major building. And how people used to get back and forth quickly to deal with problems in this high rise that used to be there. And then he saw them actually start building off of it in several directions with dirt, having a solid foundation actually. Hmm. But keep in mind, it looks more like a metal hallway, metal on all sides. They keep some decorations up from side to side just for, the kick. Anyway, yeah, they all have fun decorating the place to make sure it seems a lot more homely instead of being the darkness to oblivion. He walks into this chamber following this teenage looking girl. This is the council that you speak to. He looks at him. He's my name. Is it true you raised dead? Are you one of them demon collectors? Hey, what? No, there is any demons here. I plan on slaying them too. Demons are kind of bad. Most, like 90% of every demon I ever came across, yeah, tend to be douchebags. Some decent ones, but that's what you consider demon too. And he starts going on a stupid rant that none of them really understood. But anyway, getting back to the topic here. I needed to speak to you guys to let you know what I did. As I explained to them up there, and you having cameras all the way around, how do you not? Because I have eyes and abilities to see things that usually people keep hidden. And you guys were about to do a full lockdown before I came along. And yeah, I don't really blame you. Oh, hold on. DHD brain. Alright. And yeah, I really don't blame you at all. But one thing that I do need to talk about to you guys is I actually put some, think of them more like a undead turret. Some skeleton, quite a few skeletons I spread around the city to attack zombies or anybody that comes here with the intent of death. And even then, they kind of be standoffish unless absolutely necessary. Like, a slaughter is about to happen. And yes, they can actually tell if a slaughter is actually about to come about. How? Magic. Quite literally, magic. Who knew? The forces out there. The um the woman kind of gritted her teeth. I'm sorry to be rude. I really did not mean for that to come out to be smartassy. Just natural of a smartass. But those um undead turrets, what I'll call them, will slay the undead. And I was about to give you a this right here. He pulls out of his jacket pocket, but even though he's actually pulling it out of his storage, he just made it look like he was just pulling it out of his pocket. Little device. All of the zombies in this networking connected to this device right here. He scans everybody and picks out the most trustworthy person and he throws it to him. He will need at least 3 people to activate with the tiny drops of at least 3 people's blood. And then you hit the button in case of emergency. And then my skeletons will go to search and destroy mode, which any being that isn't already known to them kind of gets attacked reckless, which is kind of a last resort. And is also the reason why I made it to where it takes 3 different members. Because it's kind of a bloody nuke option. Get everybody down and then boom. The more they recognize people, the more that they will understand who is friend and foe when it comes to this. So the longer they're here, the longer they adapt. Like I said, think of them more like robots than anything. But it's a basic way to help protect the settlement. And then he also pulled out a device where it looks like he was pulling that out of his backpack. A lot of them started to tense up, thinking that he was going to pull out the sword on his back, but didn't. Pulled out this laptop and set it down. And this right here brings up is also linked to my database. If you learn anything, add it in. And that is the only real payment that I'll need. Because I need to learn as much as humanly possible if I want to try to help fix things from whoever started this mess. Said gravely. The eldest one there, understandable. What may I will name? He ends up telling him his name. He's been gone for a little while, and like an ice type situation. And after that, he was run by a hidden master to hidden part of the world, and he just got back. So, trying to explain to him what was going on with him. How can we trust you not to? You know, it, because for one, think enslaving anything more abomination than anything. Taking something against its will for any good or bad reasons. Crazy. Think about. Crazy. All get out. So keep that in mind. Said politely. So anyway, who wants some shenanigans? Said brightly, just trying to. How can we really trust you? Especially since you share the same last name as him. Who's him? Him who? What? Who? Who? He? MGI God, I hate people with ADHD. He rolled his eyes. No, as one who started all this mess. Well, I have no idea. Could be related. So you admit you're one. No, I admit that we could be related. Would actually explain a lot if I did, because yeah, not meant to be an necromancer, but Bob's your uncle, right? But for real though, there's a lot worse things out there in the cosmos than a bunch of freaking skellies. And I am here to actually protect humanity, not trying to rip it apart. Get my drift. And protecting settlements like this is kind of what I want to start doing. And I'm also giving you a laptop to actually help start communicating from one place to another. So what's in it for you? Information? I mean, pure and simple. Information and rebuilding what's apparently been lost. All I'm asking is people be decent human beings, which we all know there's always going to be vipers in the nest, either people that haven't been born yet or people out there that just got a chance to do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yes, unfortunately, I do. This more Asian type guy. My own son, after everything fell apart, went and did some terrible things. Things that I have taught him against Diana. And then reputable bastard destroyed everything I thought to hold dear. My is honor is just part of an illusion of your own code that you personally follow. Doesn't mean anybody else is actually going to follow the same shenanigans. I have my personal coat of arms. Mainly not to be a dick, but times where you have to do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? but I do understand how people's hearts can turn dark quick, and giving the opportunity to do whatever you want, people tend to, know, kind of irritating, especially in a situation like this. True, true. Wow. But it is no more your fault unless you drove them down that road completely than the man on the moon. Maybe, maybe not. There are things not understand. Trust me, you're preaching to the choir. People can betray, even people they love the most in the world can betray you in a bloody heartbeat. Sometimes it's not even their own fault. It's because they were brainwashed by another asshole, or people using different ways to control their action. Hey, is there? There's always different ways to control people. But anyway, I want the second reason why I wanted to come in here is, like I said, I need information on what's going on. I have a few active satellites, and I'm hacking to get more. I just need to figure out what's. I have the clip notes version of what happened. Um, Small virus broke out. Governments, of course, tried to cover it up, and a dead asshole, a regular necromancer, started taking control of some of the undead, and it's been going haywire ever since. And bad to worse, because then they have some form of intelligence to get around the stupidity of just a walking corpse, which eventually falls apart, but held together by magic, and shit really goes haywire. What I mean, you know what I mean? He chuckled for a second, but anyway, he pulls over to the laptop, links it to the TV, and was like, "How did you do that?" I just reprogrammed the TV uh, to do cash screen, and it has all the technology in it to do it. Last for a second. That's kind of funny. Build technology. Some of the stuff I built before I was, before I studied under my master, wasn't exactly a lie either. Okay. And then he starts showing them how to use the laptop, how to use different chat functions that he can actually send a message to him, or when they come online, different other laptops that allows communications to start forming a basis to start striking back against the undead. And that place is actually a lot safer than it used to be. And he also gave him some information how to grow crops and stuff in the field, and actually even built them some technology that allowed them to actually grow some types of crops and stuff underground using different, like a mix between technology, magic, and what they had there. And even to eat something that actually tasted really good, but had proteins distilled into the seed itself to actually give a better food source. It also allowed them to actually, loot a lot better in the surrounding areas and to eventually actually start building off walls, destroying all the zombies and whatnot. While they said that, he looked over at the monitors and saw three skeletons pop out of the ground with swords, wiped out like 4 or 5 zombies, and then went back underground. That is quite impressive. Like, yeah, that's the point. He laughed. But my job is to protect. That is what I want to protect this world from devastation, corruption, and the undead. He laughed. And then, what is the biggest settlement around here? If you don't mind me asking, he said to the Chinese or the Asian guy. Don't want to assume nationality. Hmm. Well, I would say biggest settlement is right here. Pulls it up on the map. It's one of the biggest that hasn't fell yet. They've been bombarded a lot though. You'll have to cross the undead sea right here to actually even get near them. Hmm. Well, guess that's my next direction. Okay, I saw you. They are an army. You took to, and I can control their bones. Stop and look down for a second. Wait, what? Yep, can control the bone. How about those bones? All of them laugh. Do you need any supplies or anything? No, keep your supplies. You'll need them. And I have. He actually pulls out like 5 big hushel things of rice, corn, well, corn seed, and 5 big bags of wheat. Plant some of this and eat some of this. Should help quite a bit. And you can use this also too to help find non-infected animals, which, to be fair, has not really been a big issue. The zombies tend to stay away from the animals for the most part. Like they were designed to hate humans. No. Any question? I mean, we have millions of questions, but at the end of the day, You need to get on with your business and let us get on with ours. Am I right? He laughed quietly. Few words have not been spoken, said quietly. Not been. He ends up walking down and finding his new teammate. If you're coming, let's go. Got a few things I want to plan on trying to teach you anyway. Her eyes lit up. Like what? Like magic? He said with, yes, like magic. To even enough that you might be able to even be a part of saving the world. And you know it. Laughed out loud. So, uh, anyway, what will you do? And I won't do anything. Kill a bunch of zombies and test out some of my skills and teach this one over here some healing spells and stuff, ways to eliminate the necromancy over a group of people to have this smite, all that good stuff. In layman terms, like in D&D terms, could be more like a paladin cleric, which is something that you guys need more than anything right now. So, so the cookie is crumbling. He laughs. Oh, good luck. And he's like, good luck to you too. Keep safe. Dangerous world. I'm pretty sure that some of the animals and stuff are starting to mutate into monsters as well. And work hard. And he proceeded to climb up the ladder, followed by his new apprentice, and started walking towards his next destination. Well, how are you doing? Or how are you holding up? I know we've been walking for a while. I'm, he coughs. I'm fine. Are you sure you're fine? Because you don't look like it, to be fair. He, glass. I am fine. Alright. He points up. We'll rest over here in this building. And because I gotta start teaching you some stuff anyway. Started smiling. Yes, sir. They kind of opened this supermarket looking place. It was kind of well protected, and a lot of it was boarded up actually pretty tightly. He rushes in there, scans the place, feels about 5 zombies in there, and quickly dispatches all of them. He rinses off all of their skin and meat with flame and starts doing away with all the bad smelly stuff using flame, ice, and different other abilities. And then he built a fire in the middle of the place, but in a way that it won't get noticed by other zombies. And of course, he still has 2 minions at each exit, meaning both back door and front door, and even the roof. 2 minions that are kind of just there for protection overall. Talks with his, pulls out of a book out of his inventory and hands it to him. How bottomless is your pocket in there? How in the world can you pull that? Don't ask. You'll figure some of that stuff out here pretty soon. Well, maybe. He chuckles. But to answer your question, though, it's not exactly the pocket that I'm pulling. Not in the normal sense of the word, anyway. You do have a lot of mysteries. He says, kind of hot, though. He says with a predatory grin. Not the time. They both laugh. But seriously, you need to start your first assignment as somebody I plan on teaching. I need you to read this book cover to cover twice. Write down notes, write down anything you don't understand. And yes, there will be a lot that you don't understand. This is not a simple task, but it's also a way to figure out if you're actually going to be smart about this. You are 100% from this world where I'm, well, not. Well, anywho, and he also shows her how to do a simple, like a level 1 healing spell. This will heal everything from like an antidote to actually curing small wounds, small to medium ones, where start healing scars and whatnot. So, well, right here's where I'm go ahead and sitting here just talking straight for an hour is starting to make me a little bit too relaxed. And I don't want to go in and out on a live um improv story. So peace out everybody. Go ahead and go to the, even though this is going on YouTube, Um, my subs on Twitch, Cyper Raven and Starzak. All these people right here, Leafy, um, Miho, Sarzak, have all helped me in different ways. Either with helping me out with followers, helping me actually start streaming, or the inspiration to start streaming, like Grave Mind Zone, or art like Leafy and Elvin. Check them all out. Peace out and rock on.